All right, Atlantic Division. Last year was Montreal first, Ottawa second, Boston third, Toronto fourth, Tampa Bay fifth, missing out by 1 point, I believe. Florida sixth, Detroit seventh, and Buffalo eighth. So a little bit of a different outlook I'm predicting. So eighth, obviously Detroit, much needed, let's say rebuild, because they their streak came to end last year. Sorry, just last year, and I don't see it continuing getting back on track this year. Obviously, they have some decent young forwards coming in, and it all depends on their goaltending. Obviously, Mrazek and Howard had a pretty bad year last year, so let's see how they do this year. Sixth, Boston, mainly because they didn't really add anybody. I know they came third last year in the division, but obviously that defense core is getting a little bit older. Although McAvoy looked unbelievable in the playoffs, so he might be the sole reason that this doesn't happen. Rass is gonna have to play really well like he is capable of, but I just don't see him doing well. So then seventh, I got no, sixth was Boston. So seventh I had Florida. Sorry, they added Dadonov and Verbrata. I don't know. They just don't seem a team to me that can get back to what they were a couple years ago when they made the playoffs. Obviously, having Huberdeau healthy for the whole year will help, and we'll see how Reimer and Luongo can do. So we'll have to wait and see. I told you sixth was Boston. Fifth, I got Buffalo. I was gonna put them lower than this, but I just see they added Bulio to solidify that defense. They lost Kulikov. They added Scandella and Johnson. So if Johnson can play like 30 games, so be pretty good. Scandella, another top defense, not top defenseman, but top four defenseman. Then Seth Griffith and Puglia up front. Obviously lower down in the lineup there, but can definitely score a little bit. Fourth, I have Ottawa. They added Aduya, lost Mathot. Clearly, they had a really good year last year, making it to the conference finals. A lot of people are saying they might not get back to the playoffs. I think they'll be in contention the whole year. It just depends on Anderson, how he does. Usually he has a couple good years and a bad year, I think. But good thing re-signing Condon. He really helped them out last year. So we'll see if they can make the playoffs this year. Third, I have Toronto. Love the Marlowe addition for now. Hainsey, and they lost Polak and Hunwick. Maybe the best thing is this could help Matthews get a few more points, as he might be on his line, might not. Obviously, Babcock didn't really take Hyman off that line, but even if Hyman's still on that line, he missed a lot of good opportunities last year that I think he might bury a few this year, so he's going to probably score a little bit more. And obviously, an extra year for Matthews, just hopefully it's going to make him that much better. Second, I have Montreal. They added Slemko and Alzer and Druin. Key loss were Radulov, Bulio, and then Markov, obviously. But Slemko and Alzner pretty good additions. Obviously, more defenseman. Alzner is. And then Druin could have a good year. He only put up 50 some odd points this past year. But we'll see if they put him on center or wing. And then first I have Tampa Bay. Obviously, missed the playoffs last year with by 1 point. They definitely should do better this year. They added Girardi and Kunitz, and then maybe Sergachev if he makes the team this year. And then they lost Druin early. Yeah, they look like a deep team. Obviously, everything didn't plan out for them last year. Injuries, and then the goaltending was decent, obviously, but obviously when Bishop was traded, Vasilevsky kind of picked up his game, and they almost made a run to into the playoffs. So Girardi helps. They should keep him on the third pairing, and Kunitz, good player, only 1 year deal. Obviously, he's proved that he's can play with anybody in Pittsburgh. So yeah, think they're gonna become first. So like, comment, subscribe. Tell me who you think's gonna do better this year, worse this year than last year, and have a nice day.